I never thought I'd find myself here, staring at the shards of a life I barely recognize. Once, I was unstoppable, full of dreams that seemed within reach. I was someone who had it all figured out, or so I thought. But now, all that's left is a broken man, haunted by what could have been. Life has this way of pulling the rug out from under you, doesn't it? One day you're on top of the world and the next you're drowning in a sea of regrets. It wasn't one big thing that brought me down, it was the little things, the slow unraveling that I never saw coming. A word left unsaid here. A decision made in haste there, each one chipped away at me, until all that was left were the pieces I'm struggling to put back together. I remember the man I used to be. Confident, driven, ready to conquer whatever came my way. But that man is gone, buried under layers of disappointment and loss. People like to say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but I'm not so sure anymore. Sometimes what doesn't kill you just leaves you broken, trying to figure out how to live with the pieces. I've lost more than I ever thought possible, friends who drifted away. Love that slipped through my fingers, dreams that crumbled to dust. Every loss feels like a fresh wound, and the pain of it all has a way of seeping into your bones, making it hard to remember what it was like to feel whole. People tell me to move on, to pick myself up and carry on like nothing happened. But how do you move on when every step feels like walking on broken glass? How do you heal when the scars run so deep you're not even sure where the pain ends and you begin? I'm tired of pretending like I've got it all together when inside I'm falling apart. The nights are the hardest. When the world is quiet, it's just me and my thoughts. That's when the memories come flooding back, the good times, the bad times, the things I wish I could forget. I replay conversations in my head, wondering if I could have said something different, done something different to change how it all turned out. But the past is a place I can't escape, no matter how fast I run. And then there's the loneliness. That silent companion that never leaves my side. It doesn't matter how many people are around, I still feel like I'm standing on the outside looking in. They see a version of me that doesn't exist anymore. A facade I've become too good at wearing. But inside, it's a different story, a story of loss, of grief, of a man trying to find his way out of the darkness. I think about love, the love I lost, and it hits me like a punch to the gut. How did we get here? How did something so beautiful turn into this? I go over every moment in my mind, searching for where it all went wrong. But it's like trying to solve a puzzle when half the pieces are missing. I don't know if I'll ever understand why things fell apart, but that doesn't stop the ache. It's become a permanent part of me. I've tried to reach out, to connect with people who might understand, but it's like shouting into a void. Everyone says they care, but when it comes down to it, you're still left to pick up the pieces on your own. It's a kind of loneliness that's hard to explain, but it's there, gnawing away at what's left of my spirit. I used to believe in second chances, in the idea that you could always start over. But now, I'm not so sure. Maybe some things, once broken, can never be fixed. Maybe some mistakes are too big to come back from, and maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to admit that I'm struggling, that I'm not okay, that I don't have all the answers. But even in the midst of all this, there's a part of me that refuses to give up. A small, stubborn part that clings to the hope that maybe, just maybe, there's still something worth fighting for. I don't know what that is yet, and I don't know if I'll ever find it, but I have to try. I have to believe that there's more to life than this, more than just being a broken man. So here I am, standing at the edge, looking out into the unknown. I don't know what's waiting for me on the other side, and I'm scared. But fear has been my constant companion for so long that I've learned to live with it. I've learned to move forward, even when every step feels like it's going to break me. Maybe one day I'll look back on all of this and see it for what it was, a chapter in a story that's still being written. Maybe one day I'll find the strength to piece myself back together and become someone new, someone stronger, someone who's learned from the pain instead of being defined by it. But for now, I'm just a man trying to find his way out of the darkness. A man who's lost but still searching. A man who refuses to let the broken pieces define him. Because even though I'm shattered, even though I'm hurting, I'm still here. And as long as I'm still here, there's a chance, no matter how small, that I can find my way back to the light.